Hey, so this one's a story about someone I'm going to refer to as the jailer. Now, don't worry, I'm not referring to anything to do with prison. This is someone who I used to work with. He was a mentor of mine and a mentor to many others. And he used to be referred to as the jailer by all of us because of how strict he was about everything we did. And in that, he had a very unique way with things. He would always insist that we do everything simply to the best extent possible, and that would mean that things would just basically work out pretty okay, right? It reminds me of a quote by Oscar Wilde, wherein I think he says, I have very simple tastes. I'm always satisfied with the very best. And that is what Mr. Jailer, who I'm talking about here, is like. Now, back in the day, we're talking about a decade or so back again. I used to work in a team, which he and I were both a part of, and I learned a bunch of things from him, which I carry with me to this day, and I'm thankful for. Among those, the incident that I'm gonna narrate today was something that was very key to everything that is there to know about this person. The team that I used to work with was a beautiful team of very talented and very amazing people in general, and we had a lot of fun, got a lot of work done, and we had some very, very lovely times during our association in that team. However, what happened is there was a time when, due to unforeseen circumstances, the company that we worked with then had to let go of give or take half the people on that team, and that was a very disturbing event for all of us, including those of us who were retained by the company. Anyway, so the day that followed that event was very hard for everyone, and I, for one, could get nothing done, no work done whatsoever. And it hasn't really happened much in my life, but that was a day when I recall having done absolutely nothing. And the day that followed, we had our regular status meeting, and Mr. Jailer was, of course, the one who was receiving the status from the rest of us. So when it was my turn to update the team on what I had done the previous day, I just owned up to it and said that I had not done anything on the previous day, and that I had basically nothing to show. The look that I got from him that day, and I had a very nice equation with him, so it was hardly ever that we had even an argument, so to speak. But that particular day, he said to me, and I quote, it's like, you're being paid for the work you do, not for sitting and pondering on things that have happened. So if you're going to be here, you better get back to work and do what we're here to do. Now, excuse me, knowing him, that did not really come as a surprise to me, and I, of course, apologized and got back to it. And of course, he sat me down later and spoke to me. I was pretty young there, but then compared to now, so he sat me down and spoke to me, saying that he did not expect that to have been the case with me, and no matter what the situation, he's like, you've got to do what you got to do. Now, I took a lot of inspiration from that incident, and it's helped me a lot in life in general, because things happen, right? Things happen all the time, and you have some nice times, and there are times when you are a bit low because of what has happened. But what he taught me then was that no matter what happens, you show up for your job, you do what you've got to do, and that is what defines, I guess, the best of us. It was a beautiful learning in a hard situation, And to this day, I carry that with me, and I'm thankful for however it happened, because it taught me to rise when I take a fall, whatever the circumstance. And hard as it may sound, it is probably the best thing to do, because that's what gets you out of those situations sooner and better than brooding over things that have happened. So that was that. That was the story about the jailer. There are many I have about him, but this one was very, very important to me. So I hope you've liked it, and like always, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.